But he has a problem. So they wanted a king to lead them in the battle. And the king, they said, God said, I'm going to give him a king. I'm going to show him. He gave him a king. Instead of this king leading them into the battle, this king is sitting under a pomegranate tree. Now the text says, when they saw the Israelite army in chapter 13, verses 5 through 7, they saw how big the army was, and they got scared. Notice they were afraid of what they saw. Be careful about being afraid of what your eyes see. This is why the Lord reminds us in the back of 2:4, 2 Corinthians 5 and 7, that the just shall live by faith and not by. Sorry, I got some Bible readers here. They saw the enemy and were afraid. They hadn't engaged the enemy yet. They just saw the enemy. What the people saw was something that was bigger than their ability. What they saw was something that was more than they could imagine. What they saw was something wider than their comprehension. What they saw was scary. What they saw was frightening. What they saw caused them to be fearful because they placed their trust in their ability. They looked at the Philistine army and they looked at their army, and that was the problem. They looked at the enemy stuff and looked at their stuff, and they saw, hold on, they're much bigger than we are. But the problem is, see, that's what you got to do. So you can look at the enemy stuff and then look at your stuff, but the next thing you're supposed to do is look at God's stuff. You missed that. See, that levels out the playing field. Hold on. I look at that. The enemy's got more, and I don't have enough. But when I look at God, he's got more than what I have, and he's got more than what the enemy had. So since he's on my side, I have enough. The problem is they were only looking at this situation through their natural eyes. And beloved, you can't look at things through your natural eyes, because your natural eyes are always going to shape it and frame that thing within the frame of your ability, and not see that thing through the abilities of Almighty and all awesome and all powerful God that God is. So you got to be careful, because your eyesight is deceiving. They saw the enemy. Your situation might seem greater than you, but it's never greater than God. It might be impossible, but it's never impossible for God. So the text says that they saw, and in chapter 13, they are quaking in fear. And then you got to get to chapter 14. Chapter 14 says, I like it, it says in verse 1, one day, Jonathan gets an idea. Now, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to give you this real quick. The first thing here we see by leaving fear and stepping out on faith is, the first thing is you got to be open to a God idea. What's a God idea? See, a God idea, well, let me back this up. The logical thing to do was to stay home, stay hide, stay hidden, stay chilling out, be afraid of it. You would have been in good company. You wouldn't have liked any company in that situation. Plenty of folk were hiding. Plenty of people were afraid. Plenty of folk were scared. That would have been a good place. You would have been in good company with the scared folk. But if you want to achieve greatness, you got to be willing to be open to a God idea. I truly believe it was the Spirit of the Lord that put this idea into Jonathan's head. The text says, one day Jonathan, the son of Saul, said to his younger armor bearer, come on, you know something? Let's just go over there. That didn't make any sense. Just the two of them. He looked, and listen, let me help you. Check this out. Saul, the king, should have been leading him in the battle. The text says that he's sitting there with Ahijah. Ahijah is the guy with the priestly ephod. If anybody should have been hearing from the Lord, should have been the king, and this guy that's operating in the priestly office. But let me check this out. Do you know that the idea, look, sometimes even the people of faith aren't going to have the faith ideas. Okay, y'all missed that. Because, see, everybody is not open to some great, big God ideas. Matter of fact, sometimes folk who've been walking with God for a long time are less accepting of a great idea than the folk that just got into the faith and are trusting God and believing God for everything. sometimes it's the folk that have been running for a long time that start thinking, nah, God's not going to be able to do it. That's not going to work out. But then you got them new folk just freshly baptized. They just read the scripture. They just read about God opening a door through the Red Sea. They just read about God knocking down Jericho's wall. They just read about David knocking down the giant with a few rocks in a slingshot. It's those folk that say, why can't God do it? Hadn't God done something bigger than this before? And here, Jonathan, he is not the king. He is not the priest, but he's open to a great big God idea. He looks at the younger, that's why you need the young folk in the church every now and then. Saints, I get it. Let's those of us been running with God for a while. That is good for us to be in the faith, but every now and then we need some young folk that say, hey, let's do it. Let's try something different. I know it didn't make any sense. Why not do it? Because sometimes when God can't get to the older folk, when God can't get to us middle-aged folk, he'll speak to somebody that don't have any better sense than just to trust God and step out on faith and believe God and say, what do we have to lose anyway? We already hide. Let's go ahead and try something we've never tried before.